Thanks for listening to Middle Aged and Mediocre. I'm Cash.
I'm Joel.
And we are a podcast about all things strange and unusual, death and UFOs, and other creepy,
Cults,
weird, random
ghosts.
stories. There you go.
Yeah. No, I'm just naming things in the room.
Oh my God.
There's a cult of ghosts. Ray Gun Radio presents
Middle Aged and Mediocre. On December 24th, 2007, 6 people, 3 generations of one family, were killed near Carnation, Washington, a small rural town 25 miles east of Seattle. The events on Christmas Eve inside the home of Wayne and Judy Anderson have become known as the Carnation Murders, and we're going to talk about them. But first, I'm Cash. That is... Who are you?
I'm Joel.
That's Joel.
Hi, everyone.
What's going on, Joel?
You were spitting some numbers out there.
What's up, buddy? I said 7 numbers.
You sold it really good. I want 6 people, 3 families.
Oh, there are a lot of numbers. I'm looking back at it now.
Kind of sounds like Home Alone at first.
Yes.
A bunch of different families in one house.
I'm going to read you the plot summary of Home Alone.
Sweet.
For tonight's story.
I saw that in the theater. My aunt took a bunch of us to go. It was a really fun time.
I probably saw it in the theater, too.
Yeah?
I figure.
You were there with us.
Yeah, I went with you guys. Remember?
You're like the new Cousin Oliver. We're like, well, I guess we got to accept this asshole.
Did Home Alone take place? Was it all on Christmas Eve, or was it like the week of Christmas?
I think it was like the week of Christmas.
Because it all didn't happen just in one. Yeah, because he went grocery
yeah,
shopping.
He was there.
He had a big week.
Yeah, he did. I almost got hit by the van.
Almost murdered 2 people.
Knee slid across the ice.
Yeah.
So
Good
we're a Home
movie.
Alone podcast
Good
now.
Movie. What about
Disney Plus has all of them. So if you're feeling
how many are
adventurous,
there?
4.
What?
I watched 3. It's a new kid.
I know of 2.
It's a new kid in 3.
You can't
and
have
then
a new
4, I think it's 2 new kids. I may have seen 4.
Wow, you're a diehard.
I'm not diehard. There's some diehard Home Alone fans out there, but
I would respect it. The franchise. Franchise. If for all 4, it's just Macaulay Culkin.
Sure.
Just aging.
Yeah. Well, they did this
He
commercial.
just keeps getting.
He kind of did that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
You can Google it later.
I just close my eyes during commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I.
That's pretty smart.
Never bought a TiVo. I just closed my eyes. So what's been going on, man?
Oh man, I'm glad it's Friday. It's Friday. Can we say that?
Yeah, we are recording on December 11th.
I like recording on Fridays because man, I feel good.
Yeah,
working a week, finally being
we're done.
Off.
We don't have to do shit in the morning.
That's right.
Well, so last week was our 1-year anniversary show, and this week you showed up with a 1-year anniversary gift for me.
Sure.
And it is fucking cool. It is the...
He's so excited.
Garth Brooks Legacy collection of vinyl.
Yeah, and CDs.
It's got...
CDs nuts.
The No Fences album, The Chase, End Pieces, Fresh Horses, and then Triple Live. All of the vinyl albums of those, and then the CDs to go along with them.
There you go.
And it's this very cool box that comes in. Yeah, it is fucking cool.
Garth Brooks.
So, thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I knew you were a big Garth Brooks fan.
I got what I wanted out of the podcast, and now I'm into it. So, this was a long con.
It's kind of like The Bachelor that wanted to pay $20.
Yes.
Truth be told, that was $30 at Dollar General.
Well, it's very fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a lot cooler box set than that. But yeah, $30, Dollar General. Could get it. Garth Brooks.
Well, you said you looked it up, and some dude was trying to sell it on eBay for like $150.
Yeah.
So I hope I don't have to sell it. I do possibly have a gambling problem now, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen you tweeting about that.
Kind of wanted to bring this up.
Pat McAfee got you gambling.
I got that FanDuel app.
He's a heel, yeah?
And I just up and down, week to week, hitting big, then losing it all.
Oh, feeling that high and that crushing low?
Dude.
You got to stop.
I can't.
You have to.
I can't.
I'll take your phone.
I got other
You
ways.
use your computer, man. You got so many ways to do it.
Yeah, I got so many ways to do it.
I've already lost steam.
Man, it's the Bills came through big for me last week. I ended up like off of like a $40 bet. I ended up pulling in like 200 and something. But then like I just turned around and lost all of that within the week.
That's like what I was kind of like that with the video lottery.
Yeah,
so
like Keno.
Yeah, you win a
thing.
little bit, and then you're like, oh, then you're down $40 or $60, and
yeah. So if
my buddy gambles, so I've been thinking about it, but I'm glad you brought this up because now I don't think I am.
if things start getting
because like your first one's free, right? There's something where like your first one can kind of be free,
and like I can refer you, and we both get $10.
Whoa, what?
I shared the link to
Start a record just so I can pull the needle all the way across it to scratch it.
I should have actually. So last night I bet on the Rams Patriots game. And I had listened to the Pat McAfee shows. They have one after the actual show.
Yeah.
Where they talk about like betting.
Bunch of degenerates.
And
I like them.
They all McAfee and all the other guys in there all said Rams. Even though I forget who Bill Lombardi. He used to be like a general manager of the NFL.
Sure.
I think he's pretty. He was like giving all these reasons.
His brother played basketball.
Did he?
Lombardi for
Lambeer.
the Pistons.
Bill Lambeer.
I ruined that one.
But yeah, so anyways, I thought I bet on the Rams.
So
like I'm watching Monday Night Football last night, or Thursday Night Football last night, and the Rams are just kicking the dog shit out of the Patriots. And I'm like, all right, easy fucking money.
Yep.
Pull up the app.
You start lighting $100 bills.
I start just burning money.
Like your cigars.
Yeah, no, I bet on the Patriots.
You're not very good at
I don't
this.
think I meant to.
You need to stop. I don't think I meant to. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't think I meant, like, I meant to bet on the Rams. Like,
Yeah.
I knew the Rams were going to win. I don't know what happened.
Fucking 15 years of Patriots dominance. It's probably
Just,
like your thumb would just
my
wouldn't
brain
let
was like,
it.
are you stupid?
I don't hands.
Patriots aren't going to lose this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cam Newton played like Cam
I'm
Newton's
glad
terrible.
you brought this up because I was going
Don't
to.
do it. Just don't get started.
I won't.
It's a bad.
You need to stop.
It's a bad habit. I don't really have.
Listen to your Garth Brooks.
I don't have people to support though.
Yeah.
So like me doing it.
People. You got Beasley. Think about Beasley.
Beasley, you got like a kid to support, so you stay away from it. I'll do the gambling for you.
All right.
Yeah. If you have a good bet you think you want to do, you let me know, and
Browns all the way.
I'll pretend to do it.
I got the hoodie.
I got money on the Browns this weekend.
Go Browns! Yeah, they're gonna whoop the Ravens.
Yeah, I got money on them.
I hope.
I
haven't talked about them all year. We talked about last time, me and Freebird, and they wouldn't do very good.
Dude, they're good this year, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baker's
9-3.
Yeah, they're playing out of their fucking minds.
Their game against the Giants got moved to Sunday night.
I know they flexed out the Cowboys.
Yeah.
First time the Cowboys have been flexed out of a game, and
First
I think
time Browns have
ever
ever
they
flexed.
said.
I haven't
know,
seen anything. I don't know.
crazy.
I can't imagine.
2020, the Browns flexed out the Cowboys.
Yep.
But the Cowboys need to be spoken of in the same light as the same way the Browns used to be.
Just
spoken
let the
about.
Cowboys stop.
They're
Just be like, all right, like nice try, everybody.
I really hope
Take
in
the last 3 or 4 games off, and
so I don't think anybody's beating the Chiefs. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl again. But I would love if the AFC, and I don't know if it would come down to it. Well, I guess it could, depending on how the playoffs set up. But I would love it if the AFC Championship game was the Browns and Bills.
Yeah, that's good.
That'd be such a good fucking game.
Yeah.
But I just don't know if anybody's going to beat the Chiefs.
It'd be in Buffalo because they're going to be division
Yeah.
champs. Browns are still alive for the division.
Man, it'd be a great game. Even if it's like an opening round, even if it's a playoff.
Yeah, I would just like to see
in
them
general,
play
I
against
wanna
each
see
other
it.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
A couple young teams.
Bills are kind of my team this year. I'm kind of
big mistake.
But the Chiefs are so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, man. So yeah, I have a gambling problem, and if things start getting real weird on this podcast, you guys will know it's just getting bad.
Yeah. If we can't do a podcast anymore, they come and take your computer. Like, yeah, that's a problem.
If you want to see our podcast, you have to actually show up here.
Josh
and
will
just
post
listen
his
to us
address.
talk.
Yeah, we'll just sit out there on the porch.
Well, before we get into the story for this episode, some true crime news just hit today, like about a half hour before you got here.
Breaking news?
Breaking news. The Nerdist, Nerdist.com posted this. Literally, I mean, I guess it was this afternoon, but I saw it about an hour ago. Zodiac Killer, the cipher that for 51 years now has went unsolved.
Uh-huh.
The very famous
I just
Cypher.
watched that movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Netflix.
It was the one received by the San Francisco Chronicle in 1969. The 340 character cipher. A team ran solutions through computer programs, and they cracked it. So the message they figured out so.
Is this something about Ovaltine and? Oh wait, that's Christmas
Red Ryder
Story.
BB guns. So it's really
Not
weird,
a
but
serial killer.
there's so for each letter, A, there's 6 different characters that represent A. So I don't know how they figured this out, but it's computers or whatever. But it says, I hope you are having lots of fun and trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show. Which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber, because it will send me to paradise, spelled wrong, all the sooner. Because I now have enough slaves to work for me, where everyone else has nothing when they reach paradise, spelled wrong again, so they are afraid of death. I am not afraid because I know that my new life is life. Because I know that my new life will be an easy one and paradise death. So, cool guy.
Yeah.
Real cool guy. But yeah, the TV, the thing he referred to.
Did he leave a hashtag or anything?
Let me see if there's a
Check
hashtag.
Check back.
There's no symbols even resemble a hashtag. Well, there's one that kind of looks like a hashtag.
Okay.
So, hashtag paradise.
Like a paradise?
It's Paradice.
Okay.
Paradise.
He was close. You got the fanatic. I messed the thing. Just go on.
So yeah, the FBI basically came out. The San Francisco division of the FBI came out and said, "Yeah, that's legit." They which I don't know how they approve it. Yeah, that's right. We've known that all along. Good job, guys.
It doesn't really help them catch the guy.
So yeah, it doesn't
right?
really. No, it doesn't really
I'm sure
mean
he's dead by
anything.
now.
But
or he's sitting here doing this podcast. It was 10 years before I was born.
You are immortal. But yeah, so he says he wasn't him on the TV show, which he's talking about. Somebody claimed to be the Zodiac and called into that TV show. So that wasn't him. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of crazy though that it took this long. They didn't think it was ever going to be solved.
Yeah.
So
hopefully somehow that can lead to. I'm sure there's still families out
figure
there
out who it is.
by
Yeah.
it, you know?
Well, it's just one of be a crazy mystery to finally solve.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. would probably feel a lot better.
He would. Well, Jake Gyllenhaal definitely would.
Yeah, definitely Jake Gyllenhaal. And that wife of his, how much is she gonna put up with?
In other weird news, former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist and Trump knows about it. So you haven't heard about this? I asked you before.
Who's
Former
this Trump fella?
Former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting this is on NBC News. By eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a galactic federation. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here because humanity is not ready yet. Haim Eshed, former head of Israel's Defense Ministry Space Directorate, told a newspaper. But yeah, so he says that the aliens are curious about humanity and just wanted to understand us, and that we signed an agreement, and that there is a underground base in the depths of Mars where American astronauts and alien representatives both work together. And that Trump and Tupac. He said that Trump is aware of it and has been on the verge of...
I don't think Trump's aware of anything.
Yeah, well, here's the part that kind of makes me think this is all bullshit. He says that Trump was on the verge of revealing this information, but was asked not to in order to prevent mass hysteria. He would immediately...
Oh, yeah, you can't ask that guy not to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he would do it just be a dick.
Oh, yeah, because it'd be huge.
But it would also cause mass hysteria. Probably, we wouldn't have to be worrying about elections.
Yeah.
And he could just stay president because everybody would be too...
I feel like he would have released it by now.
Definitely, 100. Although, so Texas, the Supreme Court just today denied overturning Texas election results, so it's over. He's fine.
All those, senators or whoever, signed that thing that we should just, we're reverse it in 4 swing states.
Yeah, Supreme Court said
It's like, hey, the guy we voted for didn't win. Can we just reverse this?
yeah, Supreme Court came out and said that's not happening.
Good.
So now he might, if this has any, he might be like, all right,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Here's what you got to do with
Aliens.
Biden.
Brings
Yeah.
out fucking Blink-182. He reunites them. And they fucking play a song. And then he's like, I'm Trump.
It's a good Blink song. I'm Trump. So yeah, what do you think? Like, so let's just say this is true. Mm-hmm. And there's an intergalactic federation where we're working alongside aliens. Like,
Am I too old to join?
Say like they actually bring aliens out.
Yeah.
Like people see them. What do you think would happen?
I think it would definitely be mass. I mean,
like it would have like if you're religious. Like if you're a religious person, I guess you could go one of two ways. You could either say, okay, well, God created them too.
Yeah.
Or you could just be like, oh my God, everything I've ever believed in is a fucking lie.
Uh-huh.
They're space people.
That's almost too much. That's heavy, as Martin McFly would say.
Yeah.
That's almost too much for me.
So I don't know what would happen.
Yeah, I think people would just love a chance to be able to just...
Like, would we immediately try to start killing them?
I don't think we would.
Not me and you.
Yeah, but I think most people...
No, we would be like, hey, is anyone,
yeah, I think
you guys
most people that
do an
voted for
interview?
Trump would definitely...
Like, yeah, would it just be like immediately like, grab your guns, we gotta defend...
Yeah, just because that would be like an excuse, right? I mean,
right. Even if they were like, hey, we don't want to take anything, like we're cool, we're just...
Unless they come down with like money or something.
Well, or it'd be like the movie Mars Attacks. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah, I saw, when they first attacked.
It's a great movie. You need to watch it again.
All right.
It's really good. But yeah, it'd be like that, where like one guy like accidentally shoots, and it scares the aliens, and they just start fucking like vaporizing everyone.
Yeah, either way, party, right?
So yeah, I don't know, man. Okay, we got a new segment for the podcast, and there's a company out. We're not sponsored by them yet.
Yeah,
it'd be great if we could possibly pull a sponsorship here.
Yeah,
a company called Poddex. PODDECKS.com. And they make decks of cards with questions, like conversation starters, discussion topics, things like that, to help podcasts.
All right. We're a podcast.
And we're a podcast.
Man, I forgot we were doing that.
So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to pull up, they have an app. Okay. You can go in the App Store and download Poddex.
Poddex. And
they get some, there's packs you have to pay for, but there's some free ones on here. So I figured I'd ask you a question.
All right.
And we'll just see what it is. Like, I don't know what it's going to be because it's just a random
question for me.
So let me get this.
This is where I shine.
This is where you shine, buddy. So I don't know what we're going to call this yet.
All right.
I'll let you pick the. Let me see. Let's do. Do you want the WTF, the hustle, hoops, or how dare you?
How dare you? Let's go there.
Okay, here we go. I don't know if you're going to like this one.
Oh, how dare you?
All right, Joel. What habit can't you seem to quit?
A habit I can't seem to quit. I don't like this one.
I didn't think you would.
Working? I'm going to answer that. I wish I could just quit working.
That's not a habit. That's a necessity.
I've been doing it for like a lot of years. 20-some years. It's a pretty bad habit.
Okay. Hold on. Let's... Oh my God, you don't want to answer any of these. Okay, here's one.
Yeah.
Okay, answer this one.
Yeah.
This will be the only other one I ask you. What is the meanest thing that you have done?
The meanest thing that I've done?
Yeah.
In 6th grade, maybe 6th grade, I think. I set up another dude to get punched. I don't know. I don't do a lot of mean things.
How did you do that? 6th grade, so you were...
I was like, all right, we're going to start walking, and I'll bring
grade?
up your girlfriend, and I'll like make it where he'll say something bad about her, because the dude wanted to punch her, and I just wanted to help my friend that wanted to punch him.
Okay, I was like, wait.
My friend wanted to punch him. And I just wanted to help him out because I wanted to be liked. And I didn't want to be punched. I figured, like, shit, I might be next. So, yeah.
So you're 10, 11, 12?
6th grade, 11, 12 probably, yeah.
So your friend wanted to punch somebody.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah.
And you did what now?
I just kind of set it up. I was like, started walking with him and like brought up the guy's girlfriend and made it where like said something that he would just agree with, and then my friend could like hear it and punch him.
Wow, what a dick.
Guys came right up with that, didn't I?
Man.
That was like 30 years ago.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, when I was in 5th or 6th grade, I stabbed a kid in the leg with a pencil.
Wow.
So
you went a lot. You didn't even need a middleman.
The lead got stuck in his leg, and he probably could have got lead poisoning.
Yeah.
From what I hear. So, yeah, don't worry. You're not the only monster.
Right. At least that was a long time ago.
You're not the only grade school monster running around. Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about some real monsters.
All right.
Let's get into the Carnation Murders. Carnation, Washington is located about 25 miles east of Washington's largest city, Seattle. Have you ever heard of the story or anything? Real quick before we get into it? Okay.
I thought you were going to say Seattle. I was like, yep.
You ever heard of Seattle?
Macklemore, the Seahawks.
Macklemore is what you go to first? Not Nirvana?
Nirvana.
Wow. That's the real crime.
I like thrift shopping. I'm going to pop some tags.
I'm changing the story. We're going to talk about
my pocket.
The murder you're committing right now. Okay. So although it has a status as a city, Carnation takes up all of 1.1 square miles.
That's not very big.
It's not very big. It's home to just over 2,100 people.
All right.
The landscape there is rural. I can't say that word.
Rural.
Rurao.
Yeah.
And most residents are employed in farming. According to the City of Carnation's website, it's a living. Carnation is in one of the most productive agricultural regions in the Northwest, surrounded by the Cascade foothills, and right on the Snoqualmie River. Said that one. Carnation is the perfect spot to experience the unspoiled landscape of the Northwest and spend time in nature. Given its small size, Carnation is a close-knit and friendly community where everybody knows one another. The city hosts annual July 4th and fall harvest celebrations, during which residents get together and enjoy the company of their longtime friends and neighbors. This is our second story we've done where a little small town has big celebrations and awful shit happened. The area is safe and considered a good place to raise a family. There's the odd burglary and theft cases, but violent crime is rare, if not virtually unheard of. That is until Christmas Eve in 2007.
2007?
2007.
Oh, damn.
Kind of a recent one.
I was waiting for like 1942.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of...
Like some lady had her 16 kids with her.
Yeah.
Wow, 2007.
Judy Anderson and Wayne Anderson, both in their 60s, had been happily married for 31 years.
Judy and Wayne?
Judy worked for the U.S. Postal Service, while Wayne was an engineer for Boeing.
Damn.
Together they had 3 children.
A lot of money.
Mary, Scott, and Michelle. Scott had 2 children, Olivia and Nathan, with his wife Erica. Michelle Anderson lived with her boyfriend, Joseph McEnroe, in a trailer on the 10-acre property owned by Judy and Wayne. Wayne and Judy Anderson had invited their children over for a Christmas Eve gathering and were looking forward to seeing the grandchildren. A roast was cooking, Christmas lights were blinking, Judy was wrapping gifts for the grandkids, and Wayne was relaxing on the couch while watching TV. Around 4 p.m. that afternoon, Michelle Anderson and her boyfriend Joseph McEnroe drove to her parents' home. Once inside, Joseph distracted Judy, who was wrapping gifts, while Michelle looked for her father. She confronted him before raising her pistol and shooting him.
Whoa.
The sound of Michelle shooting her pistol made...
Say hi, Dad.
She has her own way of saying hi.
Damn.
The sound of the shot made Judy and Joseph run into the kitchen. Well, Judy ran into the kitchen and Joseph ran after her.
Yeah.
Michelle's gun had actually jammed on the first shot, so Joseph stepped in and put a bullet in Wayne's head, killing him. Then he turned towards Judy, who was screaming. Joseph apologized to her before he shot her in the face in the kitchen.
Damn. I guess that was nice of him.
He apologized.
Still a dick move.
It's a real dick move.
It's like, I don't mean to sound rude, but...
Blam.
Yeah.
After they drug the bodies outside to a shed, they went about cleaning up the blood using towels and blankets.
How the fuck you got to clean up the blood of shooting 2 people in the head?
Well, I mean, you're using I forget what gun they use now, but it wouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wouldn't quite be the.
Not like a shotgun or.
Yeah,
okay.
no, it wouldn't be the scene you're thinking.
Yeah, I automatically. I just imagine like
gory.
blood,
yeah.
Sorry, folks. That's just me.
So they use blood. They use towels and blankets to clean the blood, and then they burn those in a fire pit outside.
Hey, how them towels working out?
Hope they got Bounty Ultra soak or whatever. Michelle and Joseph spent an hour mopping up the floors and hiding all the evidence that a crime had ever occurred.
Time themselves?
About an hour later, Scott and Erica arrived with 2 children. As they entered the home, nothing really seemed out of place. They just walked right in. They had no idea, that anything horrible just happened. Once inside, just as they entered the living room, Michelle stepped into view and opened fire on her brother.
God.
When he saw his sister with a gun and she was, taking shots at him, he charged at her. She was able to get off 4 shots though, and 1 struck him in the neck.
Ooh.
And that's what they think killed him.
Man, what the heck?
Erica made it to the phone and called 911.
The stepsister.
Yeah, Scott's wife. All she got out before she was shot and the call was disconnected was not the kids, no. McEnroe had ripped the phone from her hands at that point. He crushed it and tore out the batteries. Both Michelle and Joseph shot Erica. Later, Joseph McEnroe would state that Erica, already struck by 2 bullets, her husband and his parents already gunned down, had huddled with her children and pleaded with Joseph to spare their lives. She said, "You don't have to do this." And McEnroe says that he apologized again before responding, "Yes, we do." He then killed Erica and the 2 children. Olivia was 5 and Nathan was 3.
Jesus.
In a little bit, I'll show you pictures of this guy, Joseph.
Okay, the guy. Okay.
Joseph McEnroe.
Uh-huh.
And he is just a fucking
picture of him.
Fucking loser.
Living on these people's property, on their
Yeah.
acres in a trailer, dating their daughter.
Yeah. So later, Michelle and Joseph would say it was because they believed that the reason why they killed the kids is because they believed the children would be scarred for life from witnessing their parents being killed, so they thought it best to kill them as well.
Well, they killed them because they're psychopaths.
Yep, there you go.
And they're pieces of shit. But they can say they're gonna say shit.
All of the family members had been shot in the head and face. A total of 14 rounds have been fired. After killing the last of the family, Michelle, realizing...
She smacked her face and screamed like in Home Alone.
We took a full circle.
That was it.
That's the story.
Okay.
Michelle, she realized that the 911 call went through, so she went down to the end of the driveway and closed the gate. Police were dispatched to the scene in response to the call. I mean, it is a 911 call.
Yeah, they had to check it out.
But when they arrived and the gate to the property was locked, the officers decided not to investigate further. They'd spoken with a neighbor before they left, and the neighbor had not heard anything out of the usual. And then the police...
More people don't die after this because that's on the police.
So to the police, according to them, the call that Erica had made, the 911 call, all they could hear, they say, it just sounded like muffled voices speaking at like a party. Like it just sounded like a bunch of people together, and they were. So I don't know. I don't know how they didn't hear her saying no, not the kids. I don't know if that didn't get picked up, and it was just like they could hear Joseph and Michelle talking. I don't know. But they
That's just crazy they didn't get confirmation from somebody in the house.
Yeah.
But it is a small town, so 100 people, whatever.
So yeah, since the gate was locked, the neighbor said he hadn't heard anything, and they didn't really stick around. Investigators would say that they doubt the deputies would have been in time to save the Andersons anyways. But with the suspects likely still in the home, they would have at least been able to make arrests sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't take long. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day would come and go. Postal workers returned to work on December 26th, and when Linda Thiel reported to work that morning, she was surprised by the absence of her best friend, Judy Anderson. Thiel knew something was wrong and feared it was something bad. She left work and made her way to Judy's house, arriving shortly after 8 a.m. The gate was still locked, so Thiel got out of her car and walked around it, which really makes me go back and question the police. Like,
wait, we gotta walk all the way around this gate?
I don't know exactly what the setup looks like here, but
Uh-huh.
like, if she, like, do you just go down a little ways and walk?
Postal workers are pretty badass.
Right.
All right.
Through rain.
Either rain or
Yeah.
sleet or snow or gates.
So she knocks on the front door. Nobody answers. She tries to open it. It was unlocked. She pushes the door open wider, and she sees the body of Scott Anderson lying motionless on the floor. Later, she would say that her first thought was that he must have had carbon monoxide poisoning, which is a really weird thing to just like, that's your first, not like a heart attack or
you not see the face at all.
something.
I mean,
yeah.
being shot in the head.
So then she gets a closer look, and she realizes, he's been shot in the head. Not far from Scott lay the bodies of Erica and Nathan. She didn't have her cell phone on her, so she rushed into the bedroom and called 911 from their landline.
I would not want to be in that house.
So she says, so here, conversation, hi, there's been a murder. I just came up. She works with me. The operator asked her who was there. She says there's a baby, a man, and a woman. She's my best friend. So, she's freaking out.
Yeah.
Thea was too frightened to look at Erica's body and assumed it was Judy. So she didn't even know there was she didn't know Judy was, or Erica was there.
Yeah.
The phone call between them lasted around 30 minutes, and while she was on the phone with the operator, she said that Judy and Wayne's daughter, Michelle, lived on the property in a mobile home, and Michelle had been upset with Judy and Wayne over money. She worried that Michelle may have been involved in the killings.
She was on the phone with 911 in that house for 30 minutes.
It took them a half hour, yeah. So she even says at one point, the gate is locked, which makes me wonder if her daughter did it, which is scary, because then I might be up here with a murderer. So she's...
Well, yeah.
I mean, she immediately puts this together.
Yeah.
Like, she knows exactly what happened. So she gets there at 8 a.m. At 9:30 a.m., police arrive. I don't exactly... If it's a small town like that, I don't know how it takes them... Like, she's in the house before she calls the police for maybe, 5 minutes?
They know there's bodies there.
Yeah. So, again, police... Luckily for them, what happens.
Yeah.
So they find Scott, they find Erica and Nathan, and then they find Olivia, who had been huddled behind her mother. All four had been shot in the head. They begin combing the home for evidence. When one ventured outside of the shed, they find Judy and Wayne.
Oh, man. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bodies.
Yeah.
These 2 children.
So, 6 bodies. So approximately 3 hours after the police arrived, Michelle Anderson and Joseph McEnroe pull up to Wayne and Judy's house. The police cars surrounding the property didn't appear to faze them whatsoever, and neither of them asked if Wayne and Judy were okay. So immediately, police, their suspicions are high.
Yeah.
The authorities begin questioning Anderson and McEnroe, and Anderson told them they had been on their way to Las Vegas to get married, but they got lost, so they turned around and came home.
Go west.
Anderson told the detectives that the last time she had seen her parents was Christmas Eve before heading to Las Vegas. They'd go east, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Seattle's further.
For me to go to Las Vegas, I need to go west.
We would go west.
Yes. Shit.
So, yeah, they said they got lost and they came back. When a detective asked Anderson why she thought the authorities were even at the house, she immediately broke down. She starts screaming, it's not Joe's fault. It's all my fault. As soon as I shot the gun, I felt so bad. Like, what the hell have I done? I'm a monster.
I'm going to continue to be a monster.
She held up real well under pressure. The detective asked Anderson why the children had been killed, and Anderson explained that they would be scarred for life, like we said. Anderson was questioned as to why she felt the need to kill her family. She told detectives that she was, quote, tired of everybody stepping on her, claiming that her brother Scott owed her $40,000 and would not pay her back, and that her parents had begun pressing her about paying rent money for living in the mobile home on their property, after she and McEnroe had lived there for a year free of charge. It became clear to detectives that money was at the heart of this. It was all about money. When questioned about how long she'd been planning the murders, Anderson replied that she had decided 2 weeks ago that she would kill her family and asked McEnroe to help her.
My guy was like, sure.
Yeah. So after Anderson and McEnroe's confession, which went on for nearly 2 hours and detailed who killed who,
God.
the two were arrested on the spot. Anderson led detectives to where she and McEnroe had discarded the two guns in the Stillaguamish River. On December 28th, Anderson and McEnroe were each charged with 6 counts of aggravated murder. So both McEnroe and Anderson confessed to the murders, but the judicial process would be a long, drawn-out one that ended up costing taxpayers millions of dollars. We're going to go through a little bit of a timeline here.
All right.
June 2008, during a jailhouse interview with the Seattle Times, Anderson confessed to the murders once again. Quote, "I want the most severe punishment, which would be the death penalty. I think if I kill a bunch of people, I'm not sure I deserve to live.
A bunch of people.
I want to waive my trial." So then on October
It's your
16th,
family.
yeah, it's your family, it's not a bunch of people. And then she says, "I think if I kill." On October 16th, 2008, King County Prosecutor Dan Satterberg announces he will seek the death penalty against Anderson and McEnroe. However, this received significant pushback from Judge Jeffrey Ramsdell, who ruled against it. Governor of Washington Jay Inslee also said that no one would be executed while he was in office. Almost 3 years later, 3 fucking years later,
Jeez.
on
And
April,
they still have a living child. Didn't you say they had 3 children?
yeah, Mary. So we'll get
Okay.
she wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, almost 3 years later, on April 28th, 2011, Superior Court Judge Jeffrey Ramsdell rules Anderson and McEnroe will be tried separately. July 11th, 2011, Senior Deputy Prosecutor James Conant, who was criticized by the state Supreme Court for using racially charged language during a 2007 trial, is removed as a prosecutor on the 2 cases, once again delaying the case from moving forward.
Jeez. Good.
So that's July 11, 2011.
After they've already both admitted to it.
Yeah, they've already
multiple
confessed.
times. Yeah.
So now, January 31st, 2013 rolls around, and Judge Ramsdell rules that the state cannot seek the death penalty against Anderson and
So
McEnroe.
it's like 6 years later.
2007, now
Yeah.
we're in 2013.
Jeez.
Saying that the King County Prosecutor's Office erred in considering the strength of its evidence and deciding to seek the death penalty. So he's saying that they don't have enough evidence to support the death penalty, even though they've confessed.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
They have the guns.
Yeah. September 5th, 2013, the state Supreme Court overturns Ramsdell's ruling on the death penalty. But then on September 5th, 2013, then same time, and they order the trial to proceed. So that's September 5th, 2013. In response, on January
6.5
31st,
years.
2014,
Oh my gosh.
Ramsdell rules once again that if they can't come up with more evidence, they will not be able to seek the death penalty.
There's no more evidence, I'm sure, to come up with.
Right.
7 years later, I'm sure.
What more do you? Unless you have video of it.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
I'm sure the crime scene's long gone. I mean,
uh,
they have all the evidence for. Hopefully they kept fibers and all that, but I don't.
right. Well, so then on February 11th, 2014, because the justice system is one giant shit show, Governor Jay Inslee announces that no one will be executed while he's in office. However, we finally, on January 20th, 2015, testimony begins in Joseph McEnroe's murder trial.
2015. Wow.
January 20th, 2015. Because the murders took place December 24th, 2007.
Yeah, so
So-
8 years, over 8 years.
Ridiculous. Joseph took the stand at his trial and told the court what happened on Christmas Eve 2007. He says it was smoky in there. It smelled of blood and death. He says this in a whisper. And he kind of has like a speech impediment, and he talks in whispers the whole time. I'll show you a video after we get done.
Yeah.
Which, if you guys want, I'll post the links to some stuff. But there's a video of his testimony. He says that Michelle starts firing on Scott.
Her gun jams.
No, this is
The
the
brother. I'm
brother.
sorry. Not Wayne.
And he says that Scott starts charging at her, and he says that Scott died fighting for his life by wrestling Michelle for the gun.
Hell yeah.
Joseph says that when he saw Erica grab the phone and call 911, he ran over and grabbed the phone from her. He pulled the batteries and threw them on the floor. Then Michelle started shooting at Erica and Olivia, who were both hit but not dead. Erica begged Joseph. This is all him saying, telling the story. He said she said, "We love you. You don't have to do this." And then he says, "I shot her first, so she didn't have to watch her children die." Fuck. Next, he shot Nathan because he was closest to him.
This guy's got such a weird, moral system.
Yeah. He says that Nathan, after being shot, held up the phone batteries and showed it to me, and he took that to mean that Nathan was accepting what was about to happen.
All right.
And then he finished off Nathan and Olivia. He blamed Michelle for everything. He says she tricked him into killing her family, that she was a bully, and she treated me like an attack dog. He said the reason Michelle wanted them dead was because she was jealous, because she felt entitled. Then a neighbor to the Anderson family testified that they had overheard Michelle yelling at Joseph, "You're a loser. You have no job, no money, no life." So this guy is just, he's just a loser.
Yeah.
That, he got manipulated and used.
Yeah.
Throughout most of the...
Is she the youngest of the three kids?
I forget. I think she's the middle.
Oh, really?
She might be the youngest, actually.
Yeah.
I forget. Now, I saw the ages, and I didn't... It would be too many numbers, and I was just like, I'm not going to go through.
Yeah.
She was in her 30s.
Uh-huh.
I think they were all pretty close.
Yeah.
All three kids. Throughout most of the trial, Joseph sat at the defense table motionless, but on the stand, he was medicated, and he was hardly able to piece sentences together at times.
I wonder where his IQ is.
At other times, he would break into laughing fits. When he was describing the look on Judy's face when he shot her, he put his arms over his head and started rocking uncontrollably. Then he lashed out at the prosecutor on cross-examination. He says, "You know what? Fuck it. If you want to kill me, go ahead. Kill me. I don't care." He would also speak about being visited by spirit animals and suffering a troubled childhood where he was abused by his mother's numerous boyfriends. When talking about killing the children, he said that he did it to save them from a life of hell after what they had witnessed, and that he believed they would be reunited with their mother through reincarnation. So he's, he's all there. March 25th, 2015, jurors find McEnroe guilty of 6 counts of aggravated first-degree murder. In Washington State, for the jury to recommend the death penalty, all 12 must be in favor. In the case of McEnroe, however, 8 jurors ruled in favor of sentencing Anderson to death, while 4 did not.
So where do you stand on that?
On the death penalty?
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I'll say that. But I think you have to have, without a shadow of a doubt...
What do you think about in this case?
Like this one here?
Yeah.
I mean, they both confess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a weird, false confessions happen, but
yeah,
they really never take it back.
Usually,
if somebody makes a false confession,
they knew where the guns were.
They knew everything.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it.
Yeah.
Like, you got them.
Yeah.
Kill them. I think.
Yeah.
I think if you have no doubt whatsoever,
they're not gonna
we don't need them sitting around in a jail cell.
It's like they're gonna let them out at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not against it. I think whatever. What about you?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of not against. I don't know. I just don't think it's like my place. To really even. That's kind of the coward's way out, isn't it? I guess I'm against it. I guess
you're against it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's
eye
weird.
for an eye. I've never really, that's kind of what makes me think of.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are pieces of shit, and I think they should be locked in a box.
Right.
And the most minimal rights a human can have. I don't know. I think that's kind of having to think about it. Just knowing what you did. I don't know.
The way I kind of, we have a social contract.
Yeah.
It's what keeps us from just killing each other. We have the social contract of hey, I know, I have the ability to kill you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to though because I don't want you to kill me.
Yeah.
It's just it's the base, base logic of.
Yeah, we want to
of
live.
Humanity.
Yeah.
So I feel like once you break that contract, and it's known that you broke that contract,
in such a way too.
What are we doing? Keeping you around. You've proven that you don't benefit society whatsoever. You've taken society. You've taken away from society.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, but then then you get into the issue of like, well, who gets to decide that? Like, should judges get jurors?
So that killing.
There's a whole lot.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't know if there's like a way to like leave it up to the surviving sister. Like what's the family think? What do they want?
Right, and sometimes you get the family members or the friends or whatever who immediately say, kill them. They want them, whatever. But then you get this one, you get some that forgive them.
Yeah, this is 8 years later.
Yeah, I always think it's weird when like people that murder people, and I mean, some of them, like even like brutal murders, like serial killers and just fucking maniacs, they will make plea deals to avoid the death penalty.
Yeah.
And like I guess if you're on death row, I don't know how exactly. I don't know how much worse that is than being in the regular population.
You're probably in your own cell, I would imagine.
But like, if you've already went that far, you're going to sit on death row for a few years.
Yeah.
Like, why do you even care at this point? Like, you're
like
done.
You said, just that human, they want to live.
Yeah, I don't know,
man.
You
might be in that, the height of that fury, and maybe, like this guy, like the guy that admits, maybe he's changed his mind and doesn't want it.
Right. Yeah, I guess it might be a little bit different when you're like talking about like
deep shit, man. Human,
some emotional shit happens, but then like when you talk about serial killers who plan the shit out, they have methods, they stalk victims, like they had tons of time to turn back and not do what they did. Anyways, so they find him guilty, but they can't sentence him to death, so they get him for life.
Yeah.
In response to reporters. Questions regarding the outcome of McEnroe's trial. Pam Mantle, who was Erica's mother, said about McEnroe, he has no respect for anybody. He had no respect for the two people that were the kindest to him, which were Wayne and Judy, who took him in. He shot them and threw them in the backyard. I have nothing to say about him.
Yeah.
As a result of the outcome of McEnroe's trial,
let him rot.
King County Prosecutor Dan Satterberg announced that Michelle Anderson would not face the death penalty. He said to proceed with the death penalty against defendant Anderson in light of the sentence imposed on defendant McEnroe would not be in the interest of justice.
Yeah.
So he's basically just saying, hey, I know we're not going to get the death penalty.
I'm honestly surprised one or the other didn't, flip or...
Right. Well, she did right at the beginning say, don't blame him.
Yeah.
That it was all her.
Yeah.
On January 25th, 2016, Anderson's trial began. In his opening statements, King County Prosecutor
9 years.
Scott O'Toole stated that the motive for the murders is pure, unadulterated greed. And the tape of Anderson's confession sent mixed messages to the jury. She called herself a monster and a bad person for murdering her family, but then said that her mother, father, and brother had abused her for years. She said that she wasted her life because of those assholes. It's not fair. It was also revealed during the trial that Michelle Anderson hated Erica because she felt that Erica had pushed her out of her brother's life. The prosecutor said that Erica was the person that Michelle Anderson truly hated the most.
Jealousy.
Yeah. So towards the end of her trial, like whoever said earlier, she felt entitled and judged, and towards the end of her trial, Anderson had an outburst in which she yelled at Judge Ramsdale, telling him she was going to file charges against her attorneys, who she was convinced had been lying to her. She had wanted to temporarily leave jail to find her own counsel. Which I don't know. Do they do that?
I don't think so.
Like, can you just be like, well, I want to leave because I want to get a lawyer. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
So entitled. Even 9 years later.
She was not granted permission to do so.
Oh, what?
And she blamed the judge for this, said he was violating her rights.
Oh, man. Probably like her dad used to violate her rights. Right. I got to pay rent.
And the whole family. Anderson's attorneys did not call a single witness to the stand during her trial, citing how difficult she had been, saying that she refused to cooperate or communicate with them for years at this point. On March 4th, 2016, Anderson was convicted of 6 counts of aggravated murder, just like McEnroe, and on April 21st, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. During her sentencing hearing, Pam Mantle, again the mother of Erica, said about Michelle, she addressed Michelle directly, I don't think you're big and tough. I think you're a bully and a coward. I'm brokenhearted. Every day I miss those 6 people. Michelle's older sister, Mary, said to Michelle, it kills me. I loved you so much. Just know they love you. So Mary was supposed to have been at the thing. She got sick. So she couldn't make it. That's the only reason she wasn't there. Or she'd been dead too, probably.
Yeah.
Joseph McEnroe is currently imprisoned in the Washington State Penitentiary.
Fuck him.
Michelle Anderson is currently imprisoned in the Washington Correction Center for women. That is the story of the Carnation Murders.
We kind of took a little break from murder, and we got right back into it.
Man, if people missed us talking about murder, I brought us deep back into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, before we get on the show, we're gonna take a quick ad break, and then we will be right back with some Joel's Feel Goods to really bring us out of. What do you got? Any thoughts before we really take the ad break?
I think we said most of them. We talked about the death penalty, and that was I can't believe I missed that story.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. And I mean, I think that guy is gonna suffer in jail anyway, killing 2 kids.
I think
he sounds like a dumbass. I mean, he sounds like I'm gonna watch this video, his confession. I can't imagine him being that high of an IQ guy. I mean, I watch all the Netflix documentaries. Like, I feel like I already know what this guy's gonna look like. In a small town like that, a girl will give you a little bit of attention. Live with.
Right.
I mean, he's a piece of shit. I'm not trying to like.
I think you're gonna be pretty much right about your mental image.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, so what is weird to me? I don't know. So like they do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
She goes and locks the gate. So she knows that. Like, she's trying to cover, like, they clean up.
Yeah.
Like, they're clearly trying to cover.
But they leave the other bodies.
They leave the other bodies.
Yeah. I mean, it was obviously about the stepsister, too, or the sister-in-law.
Seemed like it.
Because, I mean, if it was just the parents, they would have killed the parents and left. But they killed the parents, cleaned up, waited for the brother to get there with the sister. So, I mean, it was.
But, so then they leave, they come back.
Yeah.
And she immediately breaks down.
Yep.
So, like, it's so hard to tell what her frame of mind is and all this because
drugs? Was she
it doesn't really say, but she's trying to cover up the kill. She's trying to cover it up. They're not covering up other people. They're leaving. They're locking the gate, but then they come right back.
Yeah.
They immediately confess.
Did they not get cash and things? Did they not rob the house?
I just don't. It's such a weird. I don't know if there was remorse or if they came back thinking that they could get away with this by just being like, oh, we don't know what happened.
Huh.
And then once they were confronted,
we don't have any guns.
Right. That's a weird case. But I'm glad that it was like pretty much immediate arrests. It took
the police
years.
Getting there and not getting. I'm sure that has changed for the town, and hopefully things have gotten better that way. Since that's just all for the family to go almost a decade. Wait to try to get any. And what kind of justice? I mean, it's just.
You gotta. I mean, Mary. It's got to be awful for her to have that thought of
came from a big family.
What is it? Victim or survivor's guilt.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah. So man, this was this was Merry Christmas.
Yeah. All
right, we're gonna take an ad break. We will be right back. All right, and we are back, and so let's we went down a dark hole there, so let's pull ourselves back up with another edition of Joel's Feel Goods.
Feels good. I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah,
feels good.
Feels good. I gotta. Where I work, we have to. We don't have to. We do. We go buy Christmas presents for all of our clients, and me and Tim got a list of some of the people, and we basically ask the clients what kind of stuff, what they would want, and we make general lists. And the one that said they wanted candles, and then in parentheses next to it, it said smells good. So every time I looked at it, I was like, smells good.
Smells good.
I could not stop myself. Tim,
smells good.
By the way, Tim said he listened to, I played that little clip for him. He thought it was amazing. He thought it was great.
That's fun to do.
He was talking about how great the artwork is for our show.
Yep.
I told him Travis Graham hooks us up. So yeah, got a lot of compliments coming.
Cool.
About some stuff we're doing. So.
Yeah, it's really neat.
But all right, man, what do you got? You got some feel goods?
I got a couple feel goods.
You got a couple feel goods.
The first one is I saw Schmarsh.
You saw a wild Schmarsh?
Yes.
Out in the wild?
At the Rinks flea market. But it was weird because, because of masks and everything. Like, I saw them, and I normally try not to look at anybody at the flea market.
Right, good call.
Yeah, like, I just look at the merchandise, don't look at people, and, like, everyone had their mask on, which is cool, but I saw them, and I kind of stopped, and I looked at him, and I didn't recognize him, but he's wearing his hat. Marsh has a hat that he wears.
So all you can only see is his eyes.
Yeah. And it was the first time I've ever seen him with pants on.
Wait, what do you mean he has a hat? Like, he has his own special hat that he wears?
Yeah, he has a hat that's a total Stephen Marsh hat.
Okay, so it's like his trademark hat.
Yep.
I didn't know he had
that.
I did not know he had a trademark hat.
Yeah, he's got this little black trademark hat. And like I said, he's wearing pants, which threw me off because I couldn't see his leg tattoos.
Didn't know he had leg I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about Marsh.
Yeah, he's got leg tattoos. They're all quotes from, like, rom-coms.
Okay.
Yeah. He has a whole leg dedicated to Meg Ryan coming.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll
Harry
take what
Met Sally.
I'll take what she's having.
He stepped on my line, motherfucker. But I kind of looked at him, and I stopped, and I kind of made my eyes a little wider, and I lowered my mask just a little bit. And he saw me, and he lowered his a little bit. And we talked for a few minutes.
That's going to be a scene in a rom-com.
It was so weird. Like, he tweeted about it. I was like, man, we need, like, hand signals or something, Like, we should have done the rip it. Oh, we should have done the... Oh, my God. It was the perfect chance to do the rip it. Yeah.
Or the, from Hack-A-Lantern.
Yeah.
Where they're supposed to be doing the devil horn.
Oh,
They do the
thumbs
love.
out.
Yeah.
Kind of the Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah.
We need a hand signal. But I saw Schmarsh. That was nice. We talked. He had two of his children with him, and I had my child. We made him fight.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I won $50.
That's what you do.
That's
what you have.
I bet on his kids. I'm smart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bet on his kids. Well, there's two of them.
What, 2 against 1?
Yeah. Well, they didn't stand a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Good, but see, betting.
Yeah. Oh, yep. I guess I am getting into it.
I wish you would have let me know there was some action going on. I would have.
It happened so fast.
You would have given me the odds.
It happened so fast. I can't believe those kids had knives.
Well,
but they were selling them right there at the flea market.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
They're not the best quality.
No.
That's the only reason Lily survived.
Yep, thank gosh.
All right,
my other feel good is, it's about death.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of have some death stuff, and I didn't know what story you were bringing.
Right.
You never brought a death-heavy story, but this is, it's about death and about Dutch. It's about a Dutch man. He invents a coffin that turns bodies into mushrooms.
Ooh.
A 26-year-old man named Bob Hendricks, formerly known as Jimmy Dillon. No. His name is Bob Hendricks. He's
Why would you change it?
I don't know. I just thought Bob Hendricks and then Bob Dylan, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, I know.
Okay, that was a joke.
I'm old. I know.
Pause, rewind, play it again. Bob Hendricks, formerly known as Jimmy Dillon. He's a technology researcher and biodesigner from the University of Delft in the Netherlands. So he invents the coffin. It's called the living cocoon.
Okay.
It's a coffin made from wood chips, mycelium, which is, I'll get to that.
No, you don't have to tell me.
And the mycelium is, let's see. It's the mycelium that quickens the process of decomposition. And it helps nature acquire vital nutrients more effectively. And the coffin includes moss bed, plant roots, and a number of living microorganisms, with the wood chip and mycelium serving as the materials for the coffin's exterior walls.
Okay, I like this.
So what's the big deal, you ask? Actually, you said you liked it.
What's the big deal?
Yeah, act like you're incredulous. Is that the word?
So what's the big deal with this stupid fucking coffin, Joel? You fucking idiot.
Okay, I'm trying to be in a
What's
safe
up with this
space
shit?
right now. It's been a tough week.
Tell me about this dumb bullshit coffin.
Well, Josh, Cash, it usually takes 12 years for a body to decompose.
Duh.
Oh, I don't like this anymore. And of course, the coffins take longer. But with this, it takes 2 to 3 years for a body in the coffin to decompose. But not only decompose, it grows up mushrooms.
Right.
It grows up. You become part of nature.
You become a mushroom.
So besides the positive ecological aspects, living caskets can also help mitigate the problem of overcrowding cemeteries.
Right.
I mean, we have golf courses and parking lots to build.
That's
Can't have all these cemeteries around. The faster decomposition process would mean that the same grave may even become available further down the road for other family members.
Recycling.
That would be real. I think that would be really cool, though.
Right.
Like be buried, and then you become part of the ground that like your family member was 2 or 3 years ago. And right now, the coffin costs around $1,750.
I don't know what coffins run usually. So is that?
I always like when my former mother-in-law died. Like it was expensive, is all I heard. I tried to stay out of all that stuff, but it's a business about dying. I mean,
right.
I can't imagine they would. And a lot of it's like embalming and all that. I can't imagine they doing that if you're getting put into this coffin to become part of nature.
Yeah.
You can't be filled with
non-natural
things.
You. Yeah.
So what'd you say? What's mycelium?
What's mycelium, nerd?
Well, push up my glasses. It's the part of the mushroom that we can't see, Josh.
Well, wait.
The underground,
it's like the John Cena part of the mushroom?
Yes. It's the underground fibrous network that makes up most
it's in the
of the
ground.
life form.
I thought you meant like we just get like it was invisible, and I was.
Yeah, it's underneath.
But it's underneath the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hendricks referred to mycelium as nature's recycler. It's been proven by mushroom scientists, who are called mycologists,
Right.
which that's my new fucking calling in life. It's been proven by them that the mycelium is able to process things which other agents of decomposition can't tackle.
Okay.
And I want this to be me, but I want it to be like psychedelic mushrooms, so then people can trip balls on my balls.
That was definitely going to be my question.
Okay.
Like, are these, like, can you trip on these?
These ones aren't.
Okay.
Although it is the Netherlands. So why can't it be? Do you just need a cow to shit on you, like, as you're decomposing?
Is that what makes mushrooms?
They have to be, like, on a hill facing a certain side that cows
Seven
shit on.
elder gods must drip their tears.
I honestly don't know. I just
onto
get them in a
mushrooms.
bag. By the time I get them, they've already been, like, picked and everything.
Right.
And I've never eaten mushrooms that are psychedelic.
Never.
Hendricks was quoting, I'm almost done, in one story saying, we are nutrients, not waste. Normally, what we do as humans is we take something out of nature, we kill it, and we use it. So I thought, Hendricks, what if we humans start moving towards a world in which we work with living materials? We would not only become less of a parasite, but we could also start exploring super cool material properties, like living lights and walls that are self-healing. You hear that, Kyle? Punch a hole in the wall, it's going to fill itself in. And that kind of stuff.
And then he
didn't mention the Kyle punching a hole in the wall, but I just wanted to throw that in there. But I love how he said we could become less of a parasite.
He ended it with, think about it, man. We gotta knock on the door.
Holy
We'll
shit.
keep talking.
All right. So that was my feel-good. And hopefully this isn't your bookie coming to break your knees. There is...
Thanks.
Oh, some Cash got delivery. What is this big delivery Friday night? Cat food.
I got you a
Beasley's Beasley's gonna be pissed. All right, he is not a cat. I've looked at that animal multiple times.
I have no idea why that just got delivered.
Did you order cat food?
I didn't.
They knew I was here.
But that wasn't a.
Is that a prank? Is that like we just cat fooded that guy?
Well, that wasn't a that wasn't like UPS, the mail, or FedEx. That was just some dude in a car.
Just some dude in the car just dropped a bag of cat
Yeah.
food off on your porch.
Yeah,
That's how murders start. we just started the next episode.
I didn't mean to step.
But when I die, please put me in a mushroom coffin.
No, yeah, definitely. I want that.
I thought it was pretty cool how you can become part of the earth. That's real hippie shit.
Yeah,
But I mean, I kind of have a hippie side to me.
yeah. No, I definitely.
It's tie dye.
I don't
I
like.
have a hippie tie dye side.
I don't like the. Like you said, like it would. Well, he may have said it. I don't know if you added it or if he.
Yeah.
But like it would.
I'll take credit.
Decrease the, like just bunch of people taking up room in the ground.
Yeah,
Like
I've always said that about cemeteries. Like it's like people die and we just put them in a box and bury
and
them.
they just hang out.
Like I've always said I wanted to be cremated, but like this, I think I would like this. Because then like I've read other stories where it said they could like make it into a park.
Right.
You bury a body. I mean, like plants are going to come out. Mushrooms. You
Well,
can
there's
probably
the,
put seeds in yourself that you want.
Now, do you want this? Do you want the mushroom coffin, or do
Uh-huh.
you want to be turned into a vinyl record?
Ooh.
Because they can do that too.
Both, man.
And I think you can
Get a man that can do both.
Just cut you in half.
Yeah.
So half of you gets to be mushrooms, half.
Sure.
Dude, if we can make it trip, like people could listen to your favorite record while they're
John
tripping
quarter
on your...
me and find I'll have 2 other body parts that you can do stuff with.
Yeah, well, that's a good story.
Get yourself some horses. That's my feel good. Smarsh and
I mean, you talk. I guess it is about death, but it's also a bit about life. Like,
yeah,
it's the cycle.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so
I really enjoyed reading up on it and stuff. It was cool.
Well, we'll have to keep track of that because if you can start tripping off of that, we may have to start grave robbing.
That's a way to honor somebody.
Right, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 years later, you all get together, let's trip off Josh.
I think there's some comedy movie where they get the ashes and they end up putting them in they roll them up in joints.
How high?
Is it how high?
I think it is.
I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Good movie.
Yep.
Red Man and Method Man.
Man.
So okay, we got a couple of I asked on Twitter and Facebook if anybody had any questions for us or anything they want to talk about.
What do you want to know?
We got a couple questions. We got some stuff. We got some questions from Stephen Marsh.
Okay.
You can go follow him on Twitter at Stephen STEPHEN.
He's on a boat.
The letter R, Marsh, MARSH. Stephen R. Marsh.
He hasn't changed it to Schmarsh yet?
Not yet. Man. Waiting on it, man.
He's got good content.
He posts, he does he makes music.
Makes music,
and shit, yeah.
Stuff.
He's a creative dude. He just posted, I have no idea what the fuck the thing was the other night, where he posted about the ghost on his boat.
It was making the pages.
I have no clue if that's some little film that he's making or if it was legit. I don't know, but it was fucking fun to watch.
The Stephen Marsh Project.
So go check that out. Oh, but yeah, so he has a question for us. We'll go over. There's a bunch of them. We'll go over a few of them. So he says it's been a year now. We just had our 1-year anniversary show.
Happy anniversary.
And he asked you too. And he asked, what are the top 3 stories that we covered?
All right.
So do you have even if just what do you think what's your favorite so far?
My favorite.
I don't think we need to do top 3.
Okay, my favorite so far, I think, is the Meet Cute.
The Meet Cute.
I went back listening to that one. I really like that story a lot. The second one, I think, is one. What was that one?
Yeah, you were just. It's the Quiet Dell murders.
Yeah, Quiet Dell.
Yeah, Quiet Dell near Clarksburg, West Virginia.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
I like them all. They're like my babies.
Yeah, I like the Meet Cute one a lot. That probably
the
is
Mothman one. I think is up there.
Meet Cute's my favorite, and then because I like to be mad about politics, and I dig history.
You sure do.
I really enjoyed the Athens, Tennessee, and the Wide Awakes.
I listened to that one.
Episodes we did. Okay, so then he asks, what are some things that we're excited to discuss or do in the coming year? I'm excited because I want to start doing a lot more video content.
Yeah.
And what I learned from our Mothman video is that we need to have a better plan going into filming.
Or a plan.
A plan in general. You're right. Yeah, I shouldn't have said a better plan. Just a plan.
Better plan makes it sound like we had.
We had we had kind of. We had an idea of what we wanted to do.
Let's go to Point Pleasant. And
but we knew the things. But once I got the footage and I started editing it, I started being able to in my head with what we had. I made a story, but then I realized we didn't have the footage to make that story.
That, yeah.
So
that's how you learn.
I'm looking forward to doing more of that next year. Thought we could do maybe take a trip to Circleville during the next year in October during the pumpkin festival they have. We might do
Hopefully
some
next
stuff.
year things open back up and we can definitely do some
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll let me open up a wrestler every single episode.
Nope.
Oh no, still.
Nope.
Damn. Josh has all these wrestlers I just have to sit here and look at. They're all in the box and they all just say let me out.
No, I'm just looking forward to hopefully continuing to grow the podcast next year. Do some road trips, even if they're not road trips about
building our friendship.
Yeah, just maybe road trips to record stores and shit,
Yeah.
different places or whatever, and just film some video content.
Yeah. What if we both ran into Schmarsh together?
I don't know if the world could handle it.
I don't think it could.
I just stare at his leg tattoos. And I try to figure out what that hat's all about. He asked.
It's a really nice hat.
He asked.
How do you like my hat? Well, just answer this, Steven.
He asked if I'm the father.
Oh.
Results pending.
All right. That episode of Maury will be out next year.
He asked, what's my? I don't know what he asked me specifically. My tangible fear.
Oh, he knows mine.
I thought about this. And I don't know.
I think we talked about in another former podcast, like snakes or spiders.
Not me.
No.
I mean, we talked about it, but
Okay.
that's not. No.
That's not you.
Like I am terrified of roller coasters.
Yeah.
Like my body shuts down. I have a panic attack if I get near one.
But I mean, that's 100% up to you. It's not like you're just gonna wake up on a roller coaster.
But no, like I can't really
roller
think.
coaster's gonna jump out in front of you, and
there's nothing that like. Yeah, I'm not really.
You're badass. We get it, Josh.
I mean, man, I'm just, I got street cred. I got
You
a
do.
reputation.
That's what I've heard about
I got a
you.
reputation to live up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really snakes.
You're only 16. You don't have a rep yet.
Snakes and spiders. Yeah, it doesn't really. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Worst thing to do is bite you, and you die. Whatever. We've been dead. I've been dead before.
Sure. Put you in a mushroom coffin.
Exactly. And then he asked, last but certainly not least, who's a good boy? And that's
Beasley's a good boy.
Beasley's a good boy.
Beasley's a very good boy.
So thanks, Stephen Marsh. Again, Stephen R. Marsh on Twitter. Check him out. He posts a lot of original music.
Has a black hat.
Black hat. He lives and works on a boat or something. He's got an interesting life,
Yeah,
Stephen Marsh. And then we got a question from our buddy Michael Fisher on Facebook, and he used to be one of the trainees at the Violence Academy. And he asked, any plans for a special Christmas story? There are some interesting unsolved Christmas time murders that I've read about. So we just did one about Christmas, but most likely the next 2 episodes in the month of December will also be Christmas time
One of them will be Home Alone.
One of them will be. I'm going to twist Home Alone, and he's going to actually murder the 2 thieves.
Right.
What are their names? Harry and
Marv.
Harry and
the
Marv.
Wet Bandits.
Wet Bandits. Yeah. So yeah. We did one, and we probably have a couple more.
It was something.
So 'tis the season.
That was a good one.
One more kind of a downer.
Oh no!
Before we get out of here, Tiny Zeus Lister died.
Oh, he did.
Just yesterday, I think. Played Zeus in No Holds Barred.
Rip.
We just did the movie review for it. Yeah, rip him, Tiny.
I got the J shaved in the side of my head.
You did. Yeah, man, he was great in Friday.
Yeah.
Way better in Friday than he was in No Holds Barred.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you got anything else, man?
I think we just put it all right there on the table.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and check out our YouTube. Do all that. Don't kill your family for some money, or just for whatever reason.
Don't kill anybody for any reason.
Yeah, I mean, unless they deserve it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that.
Come back next week on Mixed Signals.
We got a supporter. We got our first supporter.
Yep.
So
I quit my job.
Their name is your friend and mine. Your friend and mine.
Friend of mine.
So whoever you are out there, thank you for becoming a supporter.
Yep.
If any of you out there want to become a supporter, you can go to our page. There's a little support button. You can do. I think you can pick how much you donate, or you can just select like 99 cents, $4.99, or I think $9.99 option.
If you do the $9.99, I'll give you my phone number, and you can just text me, and I'll support you when you're down, and you just need someone. Like, I'm a really good cheerleader for people. Like,
He'll put on a little skirt and wave some pom poms for you.
Yeah, I'll
shine
you up though.
He'll do anything it takes.
Yep.
Anything. So all right, well, any last words? Like not forever.
You're about to kill
just
me?
for tonight.
Be safe, everybody.
All right, and if you hated this episode, we're sorry, and we'll do better next time.
Bye.